Good morning, Tarkov. How's everyone doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Good Morning Tarkov, the morning show where we talk everything Tarkov. And we got a very interesting day today. We might get the Streets Tease. I'm going to call it. I'm calling it right now. I'm thinking we're getting the Streets Tease. A new Streets Tease because of this Nvidia thing. Now, a little bit has changed because I thought the entire keynote was going to be on Escape from Tarkov, which would be insane. But I guess BSG took that shot, and they just, of course, because they were going to be on it, they just wanted to kind of show off that they were going to be on it. But when Nvidia released their thing about it, there were other games. They showed off what was it? It was Doom, I think it was Metro, and it was Rainbow Six Siege, I think. So we can go over to the Twitter. We can talk about that a little bit today. And we're gonna go over some stuff with Streets in general, and before I actually get too far, happy Memorial Day for all the Americans out there. This is a very important day. It's a very important day. I almost made it I almost wanted to be like how do we? I don't know. There was a couple of PvP ideas that I had today, but we'll keep it to Streets of Tarkov. Streets of Tarkov I think is gonna be cool. But I hope everyone has a good, or they had a good long weekend. If this is your last day off, that kind of a thing. And we got some interesting stuff happening this week, so it should be a really cool week. Roondog, how you doing? More than Noah. Streets Tease, 100%. 100%. It's gonna be a Streets Tease. I'm calling it right now. We got the Streets. No. Fourth big. No. We did not. No, we're not getting Streets update today. No, we're not. I don't know where you got that. How you doing, Dima? Hey, Red Cell. Stag, how you doing? Lime, how you doing? Hey, Mike. Barack, how you doing? Emperor, how you doing? But always get what? Boella 5 morning. Oh, and we got already with the nice guy support. All right, Brian, where you at, Brian? Brian's a little bit late.
How do you handle the pressure?
Fucking juice time.
There you go, Brian. Now that was Nikita. I forgot that I didn't have text-to-speech for the supporters. I'm not gonna lie. Noah Campos, thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you are on the Discord. While we're on that subject, make sure that you guys are in the Discord. If you're a member, you automatically get rank 2 on the Discord, which isn't an authority thing. It's really a trust thing, which I really should get some kind of new video where I talk about that so that you guys can understand what's actually going on with the Discord, because everyone always comes in and they're like, how do I get rank 4? How do I get rank 4? That kind of thing. It doesn't work like that. Long story short, the way that I'm setting up that Discord is that so new people can join a public Discord and immediately know whether or not they can trust somebody, because I or someone that I trust has vetted them. So if you see someone that has the nice guy tag, then chances are, at that point, they're very likely to not kill you. They're very likely to not kill you. And then if you see like if you go into a raid with them or whatever, and then if you go into rank 3, there's no way that person's going to kill you, and then we can actually trust them a little bit. Like you can trust them with your gear. Like you can actually like say like, okay, he's going to actually bring you back some gear, like that kind of thing. And then rank 4 is like the if anyone's rank 4, know that you can trust them with anything. Hell, you can leave their kids with them if you wanted to. Not that I would do that, but you know what I mean. That's kind of like how it works out for that. Noah, thank you very much. Make sure you're on the Discord, man. 3 hours till work, so let's have a great day. For sure. Bolly? Is that how you say that? Boli? Hey, Tano. Hey, Fabian. What's up, Floppy? Hey, Misha. I may keep up the great content. Is the patch coming by the end of this Saturday? No idea. I'm thinking that this is going to be a very interesting week, though. It's starting off very strong. It is starting off very strong. I'm thinking that as of right now, I'm very confident about my theory that they would keep the PR going, basically. So they would have those rivals tournaments pop up. So we had EU one week, we had NA the next week, and then we had Japan, which snuck up on me. I didn't know the Japanese one was happening. So we had Japan last week. That should be all of the rivals tournaments. I don't think I've heard of any more rivals tournaments. I know that Evasion's doing their thing, but Evasion's on a different schedule. They just kind of do their own thing. Specifically with rivals, which I'm sure Sigma probably has some inside info and stuff like that, so that she knows not to schedule a tournament when there's like, what if that's the wipe day, like that kind of a thing. So I'm sure that they, especially where BSG are helping them out. I think maybe she has a little bit of inside info, but just, you know, the stars might be aligning for this week specifically. And seeing that we're doing this, seeing that we're having this Nvidia thing tonight, which for some reason or another is super late in the day. It's 10 p.m. Pacific time tonight, which means that it's 1 a.m. my time. So while we're on that subject, we are not going to have a Good Morning Tarkov tomorrow, but I will be on the Discord and all the usual stuff because I'm going to have to figure out how to get all that stuff together for tomorrow. So it's going to be 1 a.m. my time. The show is probably going to be about an hour long. It might go, who knows? I would guess it's going to be about an hour long. I don't think those things really go too long usually. But if what I think they're going to do is correct, or if they end up doing what I think they're going to do, then I'm going to want to get a video up on it. So I'll be up until like 3 in the morning my time, and that's just not going to work out for like, that's not going to work out for a Good Morning Tarkov on the day after, because I'm still recovering from my really super busy week. So we're gonna take tomorrow off with the Good Morning Tarkov, and then we'll be back the day after, because that'll be a Wednesday, and I think we might get something new from the Nvidia thing. It's just in general, I think this week's gonna be really interesting for Tarkov stuff. Boop, 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 boop. Super excited for 12.11 stuff. I'm hoping that the fights will slow down again at least a little bit. Feels like it's super fast and needs to be slow. So medicine, that's just the point of the wipe that we're in. Everyone's got, I mean, most of the people that are playing, most of the people that are trying super hard right now has at least significantly leveled their strength and endurance. There's a bug going around where you can do something with a magazine to negate the ergo nerf to the magazine. So that's why people are running around with the 60 rounders all the time. There's a bunch of stuff that's happening right now that would pretty much immediately get fixed with a wipe. It's all those skills, it's all that gear, it's all that confidence kind of thing. Generally speaking, I do enjoy the lead up to the end game much more than the end game itself. So we'll see what happens if it does end up happening this week. I'm not saying wipe anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is going to be an interesting week. I think we're going to get something interesting this week in terms of maybe a Tarkov TV or something. We'll see what happens. I guess it's time for me to switch from AMD to Nvidia with the announcement. We don't know yet. Although we do know that DLSS is coming, which now that we're on that subject specifically, someone was saying DLSS doesn't actually do that much. I'm not like fully up to date with like what exactly it does or the technology involved with it or anything like that, but I would have to assume if they're doing keynotes on it and Nikita was so amped about it last time. I think it was Pesley's podcast that he specifically talked about DLSS. If he's so excited, he was super excited. He's like, no, DLSS is coming. We guarantee DLSS. He's more excited about that than some features in the game. So why would he be so amped for it if it doesn't actually do anything? Like some people were saying it doesn't actually do a whole lot, but from what I can tell, I think I might disagree with that. We'll have to see what happens, especially if they're doing a freaking keynote on it tomorrow or tonight. It's tomorrow technically for me because it'll be 1 in the morning, but whatever. Isn't DLSS only for 30 series cards? I don't think it's only for 30 series. I think it's for RTX cards. So that's going to be, I think. I'm not actually completely sure. You know what? Let me just see that. DLSS. Because they showed some charts that I put in yesterday's video that said 2080. They said like 2060s and 2080s and stuff like that. So I think it's just RTX cards, but maybe the 30 series has something. I can't find that chart anymore. I might have got rid of that chart. Where'd that go? Yeah, I think I got rid of that chart. So Nvidia DLSS. See, no, this is showing 20 series cards here. Yeah. This is showing 20 series cards here. Specifically. Oh. Why is it doing that? Okay. Yeah, you can read that. 20 series, all 20 series. Hell, when they posted this, the 30 series probably didn't exist yet. I don't know what the date is on this. Who knows? But yeah, they yeah, March of last year. So we didn't actually no, did we? No, we didn't know about the 30 series yet in March of last year. So yeah. The 30 series didn't even exist yet. Oh, actually, while we're speaking of graphics and stuff, you guys want to see something super fucking cool? Here we go. Hold up. Come over here. So, for those that don't know, I got a buddy of mine whose actual career is environment art in video games. And someday when I have my full podcast, he's going to be a guest on there. He's going to talk to us all about it and his experiences and stuff like that. Many years in the industry. Good guy, very, very nice guy. And he's doing some background art. It's kind of funny because he's got some kind of he doesn't like I get that Dr. Disrespect is like a joke, and I get like his character and stuff like that, and I get all that, but for some reason he just doesn't like him. So I showed him some ideas that I had for I wanted a background that was similar to Dr. Disrespect's, where it was like mostly static, but then it moved a little bit, and it kind of plays off of what you guys are looking at right now for the background. And I showed him some ideas. He's like, fucking Dr. Disrespect, I hate that guy. So he, for some reason, he got ahead of steam, and then he went and did this. So I'm paying him. I'm going to compensate him correctly. But this is work in progress. This is not done yet. I'll come up to this, actually. Let's do this. There we go. Guys, this is work in progress for our new background. So ready? This is the current background that's static, and this guy did a very good job. I think it's Verez. Yeah, D Verez, amazing artwork. But we took inspiration from it to do this. This isn't even done yet. It's not even done yet. And it looks fucking awesome. He did an amazing job. It's not even done yet. So there's all that smoke moves, and the lights move a little bit, and the sun is going to move a little bit, and stuff's going to move around on the screen, and he's got his thermal, it's like a laser designator, but we call it like a thermal optic or whatever. And he's got idle animations. This is just a screenshot of a literal, this is like a game scene. And there's going to be explosions that are going off in the background. Oh my God, it's going to be so fucking cool. I'm going to figure out as many things as I possibly can to use this for. This is gonna be a moving environment. This dust moves. This is like a scene. This isn't a picture. Well, I mean, of course we're looking at it as a picture, but oh, I can't fucking wait. I just can't fucking wait. This is gonna be so cool. But yeah, I'm gonna find as many things as I fucking possibly can to put that on. Just for everything. I think I'll make it the background for the Discord stuff. But he did an amazing job. He's doing an amazing job. And he's just a really cool guy. So we can talk to him. He's currently working. I don't know if this studio would be considered a AAA, so I think it's safe to call this one a AA studio, but they're working on a very big game. A very cool game. So he can come on and probably actually maybe we might need to wait until launch for that one. It's announced and all that, but I don't know. I'll have to talk to him about how he wants to handle that. He might not even actually want to. I'm doing a good job making sure I don't actually say his name or anything like that, because I don't know if he actually does want to people to know like who he works for and his name and stuff like that. I don't know, but we can talk to him later, and we'll see. Also, while I was talking to him, I have a couple of buddies that work at Blizzard that were also saying the same thing. So they would like to come on and talk too. So eventually, when we have this podcast, One Peg wants to talk, Jesse wants to talk, Ghost wants to talk, Dottie wants to talk, and then those are just the Tarkov boys. Then for dev, then in terms of game dev, I have a senior Blizzard effects artist that is a buddy of mine that wants to talk. I have a junior Blizzard effects artist that's working on a different project. Both of them are announced, though. They're probably not going to talk about the projects, but both of the things that they're working on are announced. Actually, for the senior guy, I think it's not necessarily announced, but we can get into that later. So they can talk about their experiences, and then I also have my other buddy who is not working at Blizzard, but he's still working at a very prominent company working on environment art. He's a senior environment artist. Very cool guys, very well versed in terms of game development, many years of experience, and just general gamers in general. Really cool people. So eventually, when I get the real podcast going, those are the guests that I have lined up. I just gotta get my shit together and get all that stuff together. So yeah. While we're in the background here today, though, guys, we're gonna run the Streets teases because methinks we're gonna get another one today. Streets of Tarkov. So, does anyone want a rerun? Does anyone want a rerun of like what it could be for Streets, or do you guys have a pretty good sense of like what Streets is kind of looking like right now? Do you guys want? Because I have the pictures and stuff that we can go through. Streets of Tarkov. Tease. What are you guys thinking? Should I go through and explain some stuff, or should we just have the teases go? Will GTX get any improvement? Yes. Well, GTX, no. Actually, what am I saying? No. GTX, I believe, is their discontinue. Like they're not gonna continue with that. From what I can tell. RTX cards, yeah. I enjoy eating pineapple. Good for you. If PSU would tell us their criteria to do a wipe, maybe it would calm down the community. No. So Staggy, they purposely don't really want to do that because they have delays that pop up a lot. So the reason why they stopped giving dates for everything is because stuff just kept happening. It's like stuff kept pushing it back. Stuff just kept happening that pushed that stuff back. So they didn't want to keep delaying stuff. So they would just rather not give any information than be late or be wrong or that kind of a thing. Interesting way of going about things to say the least, but that's what they're deciding to do. So it's, we're going to have to live with it. I decided to start adding a new disclaimer into my descriptions. I might start. I keep remembering or I keep forgetting to put it actually in the video itself. But the way it goes right now, for some reason the stuff keeps popping up lately. For some reason people don't understand like what speculation is, or then they think that all of my stuff is speculation when it's clearly not. And it's just coming up a lot lately. So basically, you either get well-informed speculation based off of stuff that Battlestate has done a lot in the past, or just based off some information that you've been gathering as you've been following the game, or you get a big fat zero. You get no information whatsoever, or you get trolled with the Thursday. It's like one wipe, one patch, one this, one that, just Thursday. Nothing wrong about some good. Personally, I understand that. I think it's funny too, because I do obviously get a lot of people that are just like, well, what's going on? What's going on with this? Is when this, when that, when this, when that, and it's just it gets super annoying, especially when there's literally commands in the chat for this stuff, and people will still say like when this, when that, and all that stuff. So it's much easier to just, whenever you feel like it, just pop a Thursday in there, and then they'll be like, oh, it's Thursday, oh, and then leave you alone. That's really all they want to do. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, Thursday TM. Thursday TM should really that should be the new soon TM. Thursday TM. You guys want to know anything? When's what? Thursday. Doesn't matter what it is. Don't even finish the question. Just Thursday. Morning, Nixon. The game is just better without set dates. Debatable. I mean, it's a little bit. I'd like to be able to work around it. Like when I had my full-time job and I was playing this game from Tarkov, I really appreciated being able to tell like when I might want to take a day off because of a wipe or something. I might feel a little bit sick that day. It's just like whatever might be going on with that. So I liked having that when I had a full-time job, when I had all that stuff going on. But now, especially with this stuff, pretty much the only times that I get off or anytime I'm able to calm down is over the span of like a day, maybe 2 days max. Because we just can see very, the view distance is not very, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm blanking on the word. If like a dust storm or something popped up, you can't really see too far ahead of you, that kind of a thing. I don't know. The view distance is not very far. Can't see too far ahead of us, really, with this Tarkov stuff. Mel's boy, I hope that's sarcasm because I've been getting that a lot too. A bunch of people that are new to this patch or new to Tarkov, like this wipe, don't understand what happened last wipe when Nikita literally lied. So he said, guys, there was no, like he was saying, there is no patch. Do not worry, guys. I guarantee you there is no, like the most egregious possible confirmation that there wouldn't be a wipe that you can think of. He was saying it for like weeks leading up to it, and it was literally going from one day of, okay, when's the wipe? We don't know when the wipe is going on, to the next day the game wiped. Like that is what happened last time. I'm being sarcastic. Okay, cool. But yeah. Problem is everyone quits until the pre-op ends. Yes, that is another thing. We are here to test the game. So if no one is actually playing the game, then we're not testing it, right? So they want to keep people testing. They want to keep people finding those bugs, and they want to keep getting feedback up until the last possible second. So that's why they need to be careful with that stuff. For sure, he's doing a little bit of trolling, but it's required because that is what happens. If people knew that people would treat it differently, right? If people knew that the wipe was next week or whatever it might be, I don't know, not saying that it is or not. I'm just saying, if they had a date in mind, like a hardcore date in mind, like or not a hardcore, but a hard set date in mind, people would treat the game differently. It doesn't even need to be them stopping to play the game. It could be them playing the game differently than they normally would, which wouldn't be an effective test environment. So, like, for instance, or it would just be malicious because people would just want to use all the grenades that they have saved up in their grenade case. So they go and throw the grenades, and then they crash the servers. That's happened before. So there's been times when, I forget when it was, but this was a while back. I think they now, when they do the, either they've fixed the servers so that it doesn't do this anymore, or maybe they still remove them from the traders. I'm not sure. But, I vividly remember an afternoon where they confirmed that a wipe would be soon. This was like years ago. They confirmed that a wipe would be, and I mean like really soon, like in a couple days. Like they were preparing to wipe the game in a few days. So, and that was during a podcast. So before that podcast even ended, the servers crashed because so many people went and started throwing all their grenades that there was so much calculation, there was so much back end information going on with the game that it actually crashed the servers because of the grenades. So either they fix that or they don't put the grenades. Also, they made them cheaper. So they made the grenades super cheap along with the pre-wipe event. So it was just chaos. It was like some fucking, what would it be? My brain, dude. My brain just doesn't work sometimes. Scorched Earth. It was just some Scorched Earth stuff with grenades. Straight here. Oh, what I meant. Do you think there will be a pre-wipe event before this wipe, like Raiders and Skies? I don't think is a weird word. Think is a weird word because they just always do a pre-wipe event. Even last wipe, even like the current wipe that we're in right now. Last time they did a pre-wipe event, but it was only for like 6 hours or something because it ended up being the next day. So if they do end up doing something similar, I still believe that they're going to do some kind of pre-wipe event. I know they were talking about a free labs or something, but we'll see what ends up happening. I don't think that they would do a wipe without a pre-wipe event, if that helps you. Oh, right. I wanted to show this. Let's have this running in the background here today. Go down here. Kind of surprised that my videos, I mean, I've talked about Streets a lot, but I'm kind of surprised that my videos pop up like next to Shroud and shit. The other day, Summit was looking for the new trailer and he clicked mine before he even clicked the real ones. I thought that was funny. Okay. I guess we'll just put this in the background maybe. Is that gonna work? We'll just leave that. Okay. We'll keep that rolling in the background there. Boop. 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 Pop out the chat. Also, guys, if you are asking questions, at nice guy space. Pops up in bright orange, makes it much easier for me to see. Morning, Killer Croc. Game is actually massive now. Oh, for sure, it's great. Also, with some expectations here, we do have to like mention some things. There, a lot of people for some reason think that BSG, which normally speaking, yes, this would make sense, but a lot of people think that BSG would necessarily like hate that if something happened that made most of the players go away, when in reality, like they were playing this game, not playing it, but they were building this game with like I was playing this game and they were developing this game with a very niche audience in mind. There was like I don't know. Oh, sorry if you can hear the garage there, guys. But yeah, so there was a handful of people playing. Like this game didn't really exist on Twitch. There was like maybe 1,000 people or whatever watching the game on Twitch years ago. It didn't have that big of a following, and BSG were completely fine with that, and they were still doing all of these plans with that in mind. They didn't have as big of a studio because they didn't have the backing and the cash that they got from like all the years of development and or the growth that they ended up getting and the Droppocalypse that absolutely blew the game up, stuff like that. But all of this was still planned. They were going to be doing all of this anyway. Just keep that in mind when stuff comes in, like, and when the karma system comes in. Like the weirdest thing to me is like when there's no way they're going to add that karma system in. It would kill the game. And then I'm just like, that is the game. Like, that is what they want. Like, that is their idea for the game. Like, having something like karma. Like, that's a major part of the game. Open world doesn't make any sense at this point. Is like that is the game. They wanted open world as one of the original things for the game. Like, stuff like that. It's like, and same thing when the cultists came in, same thing when the advanced medical animations came in, same thing when they added that it wasn't instantly, you weren't instantly able to reload your mags anymore with new rounds, and you had to actually do it one by one and all that stuff. Like, this is stupid. Why are they doing this? It's like, that is the game, guys. That is what their plans were. This is what their intentions were the entire time. Same thing goes for all the extra stuff that's going to be coming up. The PMC karma, the scav karma, anything coming up with the economy. Things are just going to be more difficult. The maps are going to be a little bit more difficult to access. Like when they cut off labs, that's going to be a big turning point for sure. When they cut off labs so that you need to go through factory or you go through streets, depending on how difficult it is to actually get to those entrances and stuff, it's going to be significant. I think, if anything, people are probably going to be packing up in factory because obviously that'll be a very obvious and a very quick access to to labs through factory. Especially if it's just that door there. I don't know if you have to like go down a staircase or whatever, but Nikita confirmed that with the shots that we saw from factory that is going to be that labs entrance, but it's not open. It's not working yet. So yeah. You think there will be lots of food and water spawns in streets? Oh, for sure. Yeah. How you doing, Brian? Do you think the Nvidia thing could be Tarkov coming to GeForce now? I don't know what that is, Hugo. Explain that a little differently. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I know that they've been working with Nvidia a lot. And I've mentioned this a couple times, too, in a couple different videos. Like, BSG are not the only people that are going to benefit from Escape from Tarkov being successful at this point. Next in line, and probably even more to benefit from this, would be Unity, because it's being built on the Unity game engine. And games like Tarkov are not built. In fact, a lot of people are giving BSG shit for using the Unity engine for Escape from Tarkov. So Unity is going to benefit big time. This is a big showpiece for them if Escape from Tarkov ends up being success. I mean, it already is successful, but if it ends up delivering on everything that it wants to deliver on, and they're able to figure all the stuff that they want to figure out, this is going to be huge for Unity. So you bet your ass Unity is trying their best to help them out. With Nvidia knows that this isn't in terms of graphical quality, and in terms of, this isn't the most this isn't the easiest game in the world to run on an average PC or whatever. It's not exactly the best in terms of FPS, your FPS numbers, stuff like that. So if Nvidia, which I think what we're going to be getting today is a bunch of that in terms of specifics to Escape from Tarkov. I think what Nvidia is going to be doing is, I bet they figured something out, and they are able to run some significant numbers. They're able to get some significant numbers in terms of frames with their tech. and that's what they're showing off. Like, that's why we're seeing things like Doom. For some reason, Doom has always, like, whenever you want to see like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a baseline benchmark. Whenever you want to see a benchmark of like what a PC can do, it's either that lighthouse scene that everyone, I don't know if you guys have ever done benchmarks before, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's that thing. It's like Doom, it's Rainbow Six, it's all of those other games. And now we're adding Escape from Tarkov into that. Like, why is Escape from Tarkov? It's not even done yet. It's not polished or anything. Why specifically would they add Escape from Tarkov unless they realize, like, oh shit, this is super ambitious. Look at these fucking this full ass city that they're gonna do in this game. And imagine if our cards, and this is Nvidia talking to themselves basically, is like, imagine if we can work with these guys to make our cards run this like significantly better than anyone else. You bet your ass Nvidia is working with them, and it looks like they already are. So we're probably going to see something really cool with that. Whether it is with DLSS already or not, I'm assuming because it's in that keynote, they're going to be doing something with Tarkov. That's probably what it's going to be. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. I think there's a lot to come. So maybe if they work with AMD, maybe they can. I don't know if it's like an exclusive thing or whatnot, but I think if you're going to be like an Escape from Tarkov main, it'd be a very good idea to get your hands on an RTX series, which isn't like a 30 series card, but you can get like according to the stuff that I was looking up, you could do it with a 20, like the 20 series fine. I have a 2080 Super right now. If I could get a 3080, I would love a 3080, by the way. If anyone can track one down for me. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I think was going to be popping up tonight. Tonight, technically tomorrow for me. Not doing too terribly. I'm just coming back from having TV static all over my eyes. Hope you're doing well. Wow, that doesn't sound good. Hopefully, hopefully that got fixed. DLSS doesn't matter unless you are playing on a higher resolution. So that's the kind of stuff that I don't understand. I'm wondering what's going on with that. So, yes, Gonzo, DLSS is absolutely confirmed. It is coming to Tarkov. EFT is best unfinished game of all time. I don't know about that. Have you seen Ashes of Creation? Did you see the Ashes of Creation demo the other day? The PvP demo? That was pretty nuts. But no, Tarkov is definitely a competitor. DLSS is only available in RTX Edge. Yeah, but RTX isn't the 30 series. You can get the 20 series. 20 series will have that. If there's still any available, which I'm assuming there are a few out there, right? I could be wrong. I thought there would be a few out there. Do you expect to see more advanced NPC interaction like grouping up? Absolutely. That's actually planned, Fed. That's planned. Do you think they will make it more realistic and make it so that you can't look through sites with NVGs on? Yep, they're talking about that, Zip, and they were talking about not being able to look down optics when you had a visor on, stuff like that. That's coming. But they are talking about brightness, different brightness settings for red dots. I'm assuming if they're going to do it for red dots, they would also do it for NVGs. You can increase and decrease the brightness of NVG headsets as well, or NVG optics as well. So hopefully that'll be coming. That'll be a thing. GeForce Now is NVIDIA's cloud gaming platform. Oh, gotcha. That would be a bit too much, I would think, right now. I don't think they would need to go do that, but hey, maybe. Do you think they will stop people camping out the entrances to labs, etc.? That's going to happen. People are going to do that. It's just up to you to, watch out for that, basically, T-Boy. I'm sure people will do that, but there's going to be lots of entrances. So I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. They got to up the player count for factory then? They did. They did up it by 1. They upped it by 1. Is it confirmed that there will be a tease today? And if so, when? Yes. Well, no, it's not confirmed that it's a tease. Yeah, I got that wrong. That was wrong. It's not confirmed that it will be a tease, but it is just extremely likely. Like, it is very likely that that is going to be the tease, because we got word from Nikita on actually 2 separate occasions recently about quote unquote something big being worked on by the team with lots of editing and music involved. Like, he said that before. Like, something big being worked on the team involving lots of editing and music. That's Streets Tease. He's always done new music for the Streets Teases, and obviously editing. So they would go on to they'd go over whatever new location it is on Streets or whatever new block that they have set up for Streets or whatever. I can practically guarantee it's going to be a new Streets tease with new music, and Nvidia was working with them somehow to get DLSS working early or something like that. I guarantee it's something along the lines of that. And then even if it isn't Streets, it'll at least be good news, right? Nvidia wouldn't be talking about it if there wasn't some kind of good news that they would show off to have like better frames or better performance or something like that. Also, that's about 12 hours. No, not 12 hours. That's about sheesh. It's actually like about 15 hours from now would be when that is. It's gonna be 10 p.m. Western Coast United States time, so the Pacific time. I gotta make sure that translation-wise people understand this sometimes. So it is going to be 1 a.m. Eastern United States time, 10 p.m. Western United States time. So yeah, I don't know why they're doing it that late, but oh well. You're trying to buy a 3070 as we speak. Damn. Good luck with that. You teasing me, 99? Well, what am I teasing? What do you mean I'm teasing? There's going to be a tease today, probably. I mean, this is a tease. The fucking Streets thing. We're literally watching a tease. Any clue that BSG's answer to the bad optimization of Tarkov is just to get... Fuck no, Polo. Fuck no. Dude, we're in a testing environment. They're not even worried about optimization right now. That's not how it works. So yeah, it's not a just get DLSS. It absolutely is not. Whoever you heard that from has their information correct. Of course, DLSS is going to help if it ends up being what it is. Like from what I've seen, if it ends up working that way, it's going to benefit. Like we're going to benefit from it. But no, it's not like oh, our performance sucks. Let's just get Nvidia to figure it out. I've seen a few comments like that. No, that's not what's happening. They're literally not prioritizing optimization right now because the game is not done yet. That's one of the last things that you do. The game is not done yet. We're in a testing environment. So yeah, 7 a.m. tomorrow for Europe. Yeah, you guys got lucky with that one. Fucking 1 a.m. for me. Do you think EFT teases too much? I mean, they teased Streets like 3 years ago or something. So Dylan, depending on which one you're talking about, so the whole story, the whole timeline with Streets of Tarkov is they wanted Streets to be like their main location. They wanted that to be like the hub, like the map that defined Escape from Tarkov. They wanted it to be Streets. So it was one of the first maps that they ended up working on, and they actually finished it. Or at least they got to a point where there was like a point of no return kind of a thing with it. And then they didn't like how it ran. They didn't think they were going to be able to do it the way that they wanted to do it. So they scrapped it. So if you go over to the EFT wiki, I mean, fuck it. We're here, so why not? Let's just do this. I'll switch over right now, and I'll get this up for you. So if you go over to the EFT wiki, you can see exactly what that is. EFT wiki. This screenshot right here, I'm sure if you guys have been following the game, you've probably seen this more than once. This screenshot right here does not exist anymore. What you're looking at, this does not exist anymore. Maybe there's some underlying like I don't know, system or something here that you're looking at that might still be around. But this artwork, like this map, is scrapped. This was their original look for Streets, and like this was their original layout for Streets, and they scrapped the whole thing. And now we're going back to this. And now what we're seeing nowadays is, I mean, just from that, it already looks a little like you can tell. You can tell there's a significant difference there. Like easily. So that's what they were talking about specifically. So if this is the kind of tease that you were talking about, and I know that there's a clip out there where in this setup he walked a little bit and there was some movement, or like he panned the screen or something too. It's this that no longer exists. They scrapped all of this, and then they started from the beginning over again because they wanted to make sure it was done right. If that's what you're talking about, then yes. Also, if you're just talking about Streets in general right now, it's a fucking huge map. It is a huge map. It is debatably the most ambitious first-person shooter looter shooter map like ever in terms of an urban environment, because of all the buildings that are going to be accessible, because of everything that's going to happen on it with the bosses, the NPCs, the PvP, the extracts, the dynamic events that are going to be happening. Nikita himself called it a unique experience. Streets itself is going to be a unique experience in Escape from Tarkov. So it on its own is going to be crazy. Will you be streaming the stream in your streamception? No, but I'll be on the Discord. That'll be a cool Discord thing. We can watch it together if you guys are up. I'll go over, plan on me being on the Discord, which if you guys haven't joined the Discord, make sure you do. Plan on me being on the Discord for it tonight, and we can hang out like what we did the other day, because I haven't done that in a few days. So, I'll get an announcement together for that for the Discord boys. Probably the Tarkov stage. I'll probably go up on the Tarkov stage. We'll keep that open. So when the stream starts tonight, you can find me in the Tarkov stage on the Discord. We'll do that. I won't live stream it though. I'm definitely getting Division vibes from the map, especially Night Rain SOT. I don't know what SOT is. What's SOT? Division vibes 100% because it's an urban environment. And theoretically, this is in terms of square footage. Obviously, Division is going to be more significant because that's like several blocks that are filled out, but most of those buildings you don't go into. Like there's just like the streets or whatever, and then maybe there's like a lower floor. There's going to be a lot of similarities for sure, but there's a lot of buildings here that could be filled out. While we're on that subject, you know what? Let me just because this is the question that comes up a lot. Like, how many of these buildings are you going to be able to go in? And we don't have exact answers, but I think we can get some pretty good ideas going here. If we go over here, let me pull this up. Boop, 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 boop. Come over here. So this is usually what I show off. This a little bit better. This is usually what I show off. This is overlooking the first and second teaser location. So, the first tease was this street right here. This was the first tease. If you guys remember the first tease, we were looking out this way when it started, and like the big skyscrapers are over here, and we've got some other buildings on the side here. And then we came underneath an arch right here. And then we came up this alleyway and then into this building right here. That was the first tease. Second tease starts at this street corner. And then we're looking at the car dealership right here. So it's this right here. Where is it? I think I have it open or extruder, so it does. Yeah, here it is. This street corner right here. That building that we're looking at right now is this building. And we can get a better view of it when I do this. See how that's a car dealership and it's got the weird look to it? It's got the weird kind of half cylinder almost kind of look to it. That right there, that is that building right there. That is that building. And then this longer building up here, if we come up this way, he came down the side a little bit. Where is it? He's going to look. Oh, here it is. This building right here is that building. And then, and then the construction building that you can show off later that we're walking in right here somewhere. Where are we? Here. This construction building that we're in is that building right there. So it's all right there. So yeah, this is the second tease location right here. We come up this street. That's the car dealership. We come up this street. This is that supermarket. That's that other building over here. And this is the construction building right here. Now, there's a couple different things that you can take away from this, even though it's so early. And if I'm being completely honest, it's a little difficult to figure some stuff out in terms of like the layout of the buildings based off of just something like this, but we can't theorize and we can't speculate on some stuff. Generally speaking, I would think that if they were going to set up a building like this, it's intentional to have actual like a more significant setup for it, to have actually like rooms set up, to have actually something that's doing that you're going to be able to do with that building, to have it set up like that. Because what they do have is stuff like this. So what they can do is basically have the general layout of a staircase, or this is going to be a room here somewhere, or a room. And then just copy and paste it. Have the basic setup of a room, and then call it, all right, do we want a dirty room, or do we want a clean room? Do we want a dirty room, or do we want like a destroyed room? And then just kind of pop that up wherever they want, kind of a thing. And this is all from EFT too. This is all like work in progress stuff shared from EFT. Actually, there's the logo right there. Yeah. This is from Battlestate. And then they'll just kind of like copy and paste it. And then that will allow them to do stuff like these buildings here. So if you see the layout of this room, that looks interesting. That looks like a weird kind of like design that they're doing there. It's almost like exactly like, where is it? Almost exactly like these. Yeah, there's like a little main hallway. We got some rooms over here. We got this other little, maybe that's a closet or something going on over there. Weird. That looks exactly like what we're looking at here. And then this would be a hallway. So this would be like a hallway right here. And then, hope you guys can see this, right? You can see my cursor? Yeah. Hallway. One apartment system like right here. One apartment here. And then another apartment right here. We got the closet. We got the main hallway. And then we got the 4 rooms. We've got the closet, we got the main hallway, and then we have the 4 rooms. Hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm saying here. This is the same picture from before. Where's that other one? This is probably more clear. Yeah. So we've got hallway, closet, 4 rooms on the edge, main hallway, and then as we go into the apartment, hallway, closet, 4 rooms on the end. And look at how many there are. Look at how many there are. So any of these buildings can have any crazy amount of rooms. And of course, not all of them. Of course, not all of them are going to be accessible because that would be fucking insane. But what I'm saying is, I mean, what? Every 8th. Let's say every 8th room is accessible. That's still a shit ton of rooms. It's still a lot. So, yeah, it's just really cool. So that's the basic setup. Now, this is what we've seen already. So we have the first tease here on this street that came over here, and then we just saw this building, basically. Second tease over here up on this street, which ended up being this over here. So we came down this road right here. And then what we have outstanding is this street over here. So if I had to guess, I would say maybe what we'll see is something along the lines of this street. We'll see something that has to do with this street here. And we can show off something. This is that same street. And this is also that same street right here. You can see the helicopter up there. I use this as a landmark, this weird building with the darker tan side there as a landmark. Because we come down the street more, you can still see that building right there. So this is all one street. If I had to guess today or tonight, whatever we're going to be seeing, if I had to guess, we're going to be walking down this street. That's my guess. We're going to be walking down this street, and we're going to see some cool stuff happening. And we're going to be able to go into like one of these buildings or something like that. Probably not this one. Maybe this one, because you can see there's something going on in there. Maybe this one. But yeah. It's going to be cool. Maybe this building here. It looks like there might be some interior to that building. And that's the scale. That's the kind of scale that we're working with. It's going to be really cool. There is a lot to show off there. So hopefully they get something good. We'll put this tease back up here. Did Nikita at any point say that every room won't be accessible? I think he did, and that's one of those things that I think is very, very safe to assume, because there needs to be a limit. Like, this isn't the real world. There's going to be polygons that needs to be rendered in every room that's accessible, right? So they need to cut down stuff somewhere. It doesn't like, Streets doesn't need every single one of these apartment buildings to have every single room accessible for it to still be Streets. You know what I mean? Actually, as we're looking at it right here, I can already tell, like, that's going to be a room. This right here? Actually, hold up. Actually, no, it looks like you probably can't get in that room. I thought that was rubble, but it's not. So yeah, you probably can't get in that room. So that's not a good example, but there's going to be plenty of rooms that you won't be able to get into, I'm sure. Plenty. And this was one of those staircases right there, actually. So this is one of those staircase setups that we were talking about. Get used to seeing staircases, because there's going to be a lot of them. But yeah, so if I had to guess, I would say there's going to be most, if not all, buildings are going to have some access of some kind, unless it's like the edge of the map. Like, maybe that's how they'll cut the map off. They'll just make buildings that aren't accessible. We've all played video games that have cities before. We know, like, you know what I'm talking about here. Like, it's like those buildings that just clearly are there, but you can't access them. Like, I guarantee there will be some stuff like that for the edge of the map. And then if the buildings are inside the map, I would assume there is some semblance of access to it. There's something that you can get into the building, whether it's just the bottom floor, whether it's just one room on the outside corner, or whatever it is. I'm willing to bet that every single building will have some kind of access to it somehow. Do you think they need DLSS for Streets to be playable? It's a good question. I don't think they do, because they said they already had the frames good. It definitely, I would say it's a need, because they want it to be as good as possible, but not for it to just be playable. Does that make sense? So obviously they want the frames to be as good as possible, and if Nvidia can figure something out to make the frames very good on a significant map like that, that would be huge. That's something that you would do a keynote about. So that's what I'm thinking is probably going to be a thing. I don't think they need it to be playable, but, you know, for it to be as playable as possible and as pretty as possible, yes, they're gonna want it. Do you think we'll get access to high risers and the roofs? Okay, so those skyscrapers, currently they are not accessible. Currently there's no plan to have those in for launch. Now, however, there is a rumor that they will become their own separate location. There is a rumor that they will become their own separate location as a DLC. So we'll see what happens with that. Not Tarkov related, but when do you think Star Citizen will have a wipe cycle as long as EFT? They're already persistent, aren't they? I thought Star Citizen was already persistent. And the other thing too is that Tarkov is always going to have wipes. The current plan now is that if you want to play a game that never wipes, then there will be one server for you. And then if you're the kind of person that wants to have the kind of gameplay and play the kind of game that periodically wipes and you like the race of it and stuff like that, then there will be another server for you. Where for Star Citizen, that's full persistence. Like, that's not going to be a thing. They still wipe? I didn't know that. I'm not super up to date on Star Citizen, but I do need to catch up quite quickly because my org now has a javelin. I don't know if Sturbin's here, guys, but like one of my buddies bought a javelin the other day. So now our Star Citizen org, the nice guys or whatever we end up calling ourselves, bears in space or whatever it ends up being, we literally have the most powerful ship that you can have in the game. So yeah, I need to get my ass in gear in terms of some stuff for Star Citizen. Oh, and he bought a Kraken too. He bought a Kraken the other day. And he's just got a ton of other shit. And one of my other buddies has a ton of other shit. And I actually have a third buddy that has a significant amount of big ships as well. Like, we're just... Yeah, Star Citizen's going to be nuts. We have a very, very good org for Star Citizen. Literally have a javelin. Like, I think that should answer it if you guys know. Yeah, bears in space. If you guys know what that is, we literally have a javelin. So I have to talk about that. That's going to be on the second channel, though. Star Citizen is not yet persistent, but can't wait till server meshing. Gotcha. I thought it was. The Kraken is in already? No, it's not, but he bought one. He fucking bought one. He has a Kraken. He's got an 890 jump. He's got a fucking javelin. He's got like pretty much every ship. Like every ship. He's insane. Will Star Citizen ever finish? That's the joke about it. I made a video about that, Kafka, which we're not talking about. We're talking about Tarkov here today, guys. So that's a bit too much of a tangent. If you guys want to know about Star Citizen, make sure you join the Discord, because that Star Citizen, the nice guy community, is going to have a significant presence in Star Citizen now. But on top of it just being a really cool game. So if you guys want to know what's up with that, subscribe to the second channel and be on the Discord, and you'll know what's going on with that, because I'm going to put up a video later about that, since we now have a fucking javelin. Star Citizen is absolutely playable right now. It absolutely is playable. It's also actually free. It's going to be free until tomorrow, actually. I think this is the last day. I think this is the last day that's free to play. So if you guys wanted to see if your computer could run it, this would be the time. And that's it for Star Citizen. We are not talking about Star Citizen anymore. Let's move back on to Escape from Tarkov. You don't need an RTX card for DLSS. I thought you did. Can someone correct that? Mason Law, the whole Pesley, the whole Thursday thing, that's a joke, by the way. Now, the reason why it's a joke is because wipes do tend to happen on Thursdays. Like, interesting stuff with Escape from Tarkov tends to happen on Thursdays, so that is why it is such a good joke. Yeah, that's what I thought you do. Yeah, you do need RTX cards. So that's why the whole Thursday thing is such a good joke, because it actually is, there's a bit of truth to it. Like, that's the best kind of jokes. There's a little bit of truth to it. So, very, very good chance that something interesting happens this Thursday. So that's why he's saying that. But you can literally go back, like, Pest pops into a couple of my videos every once in a while, and that's pretty much what he'll say. He'll just say Thursday. Like that is the joke. So, yeah. What about this nice looking tree and bear statue they showed us recently? Yeah, we're gonna have some very good looking bears and trees for sure. Bear statues and trees. Do you think AMD users will be a significant disadvantage in the future? I can't speak to that. I'm not sure. I don't know about significant disadvantage, because I know that those Threadrippers are fucking nasty. Like, I know that those are really good. So I really can't speak to that. I don't know. But if there's no way for them to have, if DLSS ends up being significant, like if it ends up being a significant FPS boost, and there's no way to mimic that, or if there's no competition for that from AMD, then yeah, actually, you could be at a pretty significant disadvantage. But it's all up in the air, and I'm not an expert with that stuff, so we'll see. Do you think it will contain 40 players with the first iteration of the map? So if they end up breaking up the map, no. When the map is actually complete and it has all the parts that we've seen so far, then yes. And Nikita confirmed that with my Q&A that I had with him the other day. AMD does have its version of DLSS. Okay, cool, yeah. Like I said, I'm not an expert with that stuff, so I don't know exactly. I don't know how it compares. I don't know. Hell, it could be better. Could even be better. I don't know. It's not out yet, but it's coming. Okay, cool. RTX is possible with RTX 2060 at least. Yeah. I think you do because of the tensor cores. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I think you do. We'll see. Microsoft also has its super resolution tech coming soon. Man, there's a lot of cool shit happening that I don't think we need to worry too much. I really don't think we need to worry too much. I see enough negativity as it is just for general stuff. And I know that the frames of a video game, like especially the frames and the optimization of a game like Escape from Tarkov is such an easy thing to pick on. But man, with all the stuff that's coming up, I really don't think we're gonna have too many problems with it. I really don't think we are going to have too many problems running it. Streets of Tarkov is, of course, going to be the thing. Like, that's going to be the big ask. And, of course, everyone has their own budgets. Everyone has their own kind of setup that they can afford for a PC and stuff like that. But in terms of if you are a general run-of-the-mill average gamer with your average PC setup, I think you're going to be enjoying Escape from Tarkov in the future. Like, there's just so much cool shit that's coming out for tech. And it just, I think that all the right things are in the right place. Nikita really wants the game to be working exactly the way that he wants it to work. Unity is backing them. It looks like Nvidia is backing them. I am just not worried about it running. Not to mention even these days, when they do a new patch, it runs fine. When they do a new patch, it does actually run fine. Everyone, of course, has their own definition of fine, but to me, it runs fine. Every new patch, basically. And then once they start doing these hot fixes and they start doing middle patches and stuff like that, sure, little things can pop up, little bugs can pop up, shit like that. But honest to God, I fully believe that when the game is actually finished, if you're a run-of-the-mill, you have a mid-level PC, you're going to be having fun. EFT and VR, Nikita said he's not opposed to it. Nikita said he's not opposed to it. It's the same thing to go with if they wanted to port it to like consoles and stuff, which I have no idea how the fuck they would port it to consoles really, with all the different controls that you would need. But he said if Sony or Microsoft approached him and they wanted Escape from Tarkov as an exclusive, he would work with them. Fidelity FX is open source and works well with Nvidia cards too. Yeah, I'm not an expert with that stuff. I would go and I would talk to Sacriel or someone like that if you guys want to know about that. Sac knows like a shit ton of that stuff. All right, lightning round, guys. This is our outro. We've been on for an hour. So lightning round. If there's any questions that I didn't get to, pop them up in chat. I'll see how many I can get to before we end. I have a few minutes last few minutes here. 338 bolt action now, please, thanks. Planned. Also the Shytac, 408 Shytac. Landmark streamer item is rat poison. Instagram Nikita. Oh, wait, what? Hold up, boys. We got something? Oh, we do. Yes, we do. Congrats. Congrats, Landmark. Yes, it is. It actually is. All right, let's pull this up. Here we go. All right, cool. Move this over. Let me get this up. Why am I not logged in? What the fuck is going on? Give me a second here, guys. Was it EFT official or was it Train Fender? What the fuck is it? Dude, Nikita is such a fucking badass. Nikita is just fucking cool. He's got a really cool Instagram. If you guys aren't following Nikita's Instagram, you need to. Where the fuck is it? Is it Battle State official? Battle State? What the? Why can't I find this? What's going on? Why did? Well, hold up. Graham. This is the most difficulty I've ever had trying to find something on Instagram. It was on his Instagram. I literally looked at it. It was on his Instagram. I was just looking right at it. I think he did a feed. Yeah, I'm Why can't I was just looking at it on my other monitor, on my other on the stream PC here, and now I can't bring it up on the main monitor. Like I just can't find it. Oh, is someone trying to link it? Are you trying to be? Danny, if you're in chat, I know they fucked up. Okay, here we go. Roar's got it. Thank you, Roar. Maybe delete it. I don't think they deleted it. It's just for some reason it's just not fucking working. So here we go. Thank you, Roar. So that's it. That's fucking funny. Very nice. Very nice. Contains 0.005% bromadiolone. Bromadiolone? I don't even know if that's even what that says. Bromad? I'm trying to figure out if that's like a meme in its own. Bromadiolone? Bromad? Something? I don't even know. What would that even be? Special Chad formula, I guess? Yeah. It's definitely like at least it's an O or something. I'm not even sure what that is. We'll have to see. But that's really cool. Congrats to him. Congrats to Tony. For sure. Man, I had some fucking difficulty finding that. I found it immediately on my second monitor, on my other monitor over here that I can't show because it's not hooked up to show on the stream. And then once I go to try and find it over here, I just can't fucking find it. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, cool. Also a couple of, yeah, there's some other bromad. Anytime bromad. Bromad? I don't know what's going on with that. Whatever. Anyway. That's really cool. And that's also going to do it for today, guys. So, like I said, the current plan is this thing is going to be happening in like fucking 13 hours or something from now. So, exactly 13 hours from now, actually. So, if you guys are around, if you are awake, if you are actually a insane person and are deciding not to sleep when you probably should be asleep, or you're over there in the EU or wherever, if you're on the Discord, we're going to watch it on the Discord live together, and if there's something cool that happens, then I will make a video immediately afterwards. But either way, that's going to leave me up until at least like 3 o'clock in the morning my time, and this usually happens at 9 o'clock in the morning my time, so just putting all that together, it's not going to work out for a Good Morning Tarkov tomorrow. So we are not going to do a Good Morning Tarkov tomorrow. There will not be a Good Morning Tarkov tomorrow, but we'll see what happens Wednesday. Also, we'll see what happens with any kind of news or anything that might come from the Nvidia thing, or might come from the BSG Twitter or something like that, because usually what they do is they usually tie these things up. So it's pretty much exactly how I called it happening, because this is usually how they end up doing it. So they have that Rivals tournament that causes a lot of hype, that gets a lot of people into the game. They had the EU, they had the NA, and then they had that surprise Japanese one, which I didn't notice that the Japanese one was happening, so that's why I'm a week late here. But so they had that Japanese one, and then the very next week now we have this Nvidia thing popping up. So we'll see what happens with Nvidia, and we'll see what happens for later in the week, because that is just the Tuesday. So we still have the Wednesday and the Thursday of this week that might have something interesting happen. So for sure, guys, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and stay tuned for the latest Escape from Tarkov news. Make sure that you join the new community Discord. I had to make sure that I emphasize this because someone brought that to my attention that I wasn't emphasizing that enough. This is a new nice guy specific community Discord that's really interesting, that just encompasses everything that I am interested in. I'm the owner of it. I'm in charge of everything that goes on it. So if you're interested in my content, chances are you're going to appreciate the community. So go check out the Discord. Got some cool stuff on there. And including this live stream that's tonight. So if you guys want to hang out while we watch the live stream, that's where I'll be. And otherwise, guys, thank you very much for hanging out. I love you, and I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.